30, 15.
Sharapova, Mary, last year in her introduction to Wimbledon tennis made a huge splash. This 17-year-old. Nice angle from Sharapova. Again, too hard hitting. I say newcomers, certainly Sharapova is. Hantuchova's been around a while. Hantuchova, the 21-year-old Slovakian.
At least so far in this early match, Hantuchova's come to the net more than Sharapova. I suspect that might be the case throughout. She doesn't move as well as Maria Sharapova, so she wants to force the action a little bit earlier every time.
Okay.
That's too good.
Sharapova hosts, so we're on serve 2-1. First set.
Join us all summer long for ESPN 25. This Tuesday on Who's Number One, we're counting down the best sports movies.
Best sports movie. Best sports movie, Hoosiers. Hoosiers, what a great movie. Inspiration. Caddyshack has got to be the best ever.
Remember the Titans.
The unity was my favorite thing about that movie. Rudy. I didn't cry during Rudy. First about 35 times I saw it, I cried.
Who's Number One and the headlines. Every Tuesday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN. ESPN 25, presented by Bud Light.
A child's life is made of special moments. For many children, their Children's Miracle Network Hospital helps to make sure those moments happen.
There are millions of children with hope because of Children's Miracle Network. We are the alliance of premier children's hospitals dedicated to serving all children. Your support can make miracles happen.
You don't look sick to me, and I'm not writing you a note.
Comcast high-speed internet. It's cable-powered, constantly connected, and incredibly fast, which makes it easier than ever to keep in touch with your friends and family and stay connected to all the things you love. So get Comcast high-speed internet today. Visit these retailers for a great offer.
James I opened this royal park to the public back in the early 17th century, Hyde Park. Place to live, place to run, and to enjoy history. And if you want to mouth off, you can do that too on Sunday afternoons.
Speaker's Corner.
Exactly.
It's where we'll find Cliff this Sunday.
And Hantuchova 1-2. I don't need to wait for Sunday morning. Still mourning the loss of the soccer team from England yesterday. He's trying to get it back together. I guess he just realized that England going down to Portugal in the European Cup soccer last night. Love 15.
All.
Even in the first set, Robbie Ginepri and Juan Carlos Ferrero, the 6th seed. Not often that there are more upsets in the women's singles than in the men's at this stage of the tournament. at least in the top echelons of the game. Muskina, she's out, and Miss Williams losing yesterday. Two really, really huge surprises. Muskina, the French Open champ. 15-30.
Early on, Daniela Hantuchova beat Sam Reeves, and then Elena Bovina. Odd one. Bovina won her first round match 1-2, and then retired, then defaulted. I think she had some kind of a strain, an abdominal strain, and so Hantuchova has only played one match to get into this third round.
You mentioned she's had some grass court practice. They're getting to the final in Eastbourne.
And it's been a while since she'd won back-to-back matches. And she's a lot more relaxed now that her ranking has dropped down to 38 in the world.
Okay.
She's not carrying the weight of all those expectations, all those ranking points on her racket every time she goes out and swings it.
Even to a piece. He took out Amelie Maresma in the semifinal in Eastbourne. So it is tough to imagine that this is not the time for Hantuchova to make a comeback in her career. Comeback, she's just young, 21 years old, but started out with expectations that were not forthcoming.
Well, that was part of her problem. I mean, that really was part of the spiral.
Expectations too high.
And, you know, she did well. She had gotten up to number 5 in the world. She felt like she had to keep playing a lot of tournaments. She wanted to play tournaments, you know, where she hadn't done well before, because then she just ended up playing too much tennis. She figured she can grab even more ranking points if she played the other ones, and she wasn't winning in any of those extra tournaments she was entering. It all started going wrong on her. She did get very involved in that whole fashion look, too, and then she started losing way too much weight. Didn't look like an athlete anymore.
15 all.
Didn't look like a model either. Just looked like she was in trouble.
Exactly right. That's her second. 105 miles an hour, that is.
Hantuchova has a real regal bearing about her. She keeps that head still. She has the walk of a model.
And this one's done a lot of modeling, too. But Sharapova maintains that she will not take her eye off the big ball of tennis. She won't fall out the way that Kornikova did and Hantuchova did.
40-15.
Yeah, her focus seems very sincere, I'll say that.
Sure does, doesn't it? It's her father, Yuri. She grew up near the Chernobyl site, and when that disaster happened, they decided to move to the United States, and that's why she speaks incredible English.
3-2 first set.
OnStar-equipped 260 horsepower SRX V6 performance SUV. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
I wanted to make sure that my family would be provided for if myself or my husband needed long-term care.
Long-term care insurance from Prudential helps protect your assets and your family.
50 is the perfect time to start thinking about long-term care.
The longer you wait, the more long-term care insurance can cost.
Long-term care insurance is as much for our children as it is for us. Peace of mind is knowing that I am prepared for whatever might come my way.
Prudential Financial, growing and protecting your wealth.
I'm here to announce my candidacy. You see, I want to put money back into the pockets of every American by telling them that they can switch to net zero internet access for just $9.95, or Surf the web up to 5 times faster for just $5 more. It's access for all. Any questions?
Who are you?
Just a guy who's sick of overpriced internet service, but you can call me Candidate Zero.
Do you have a message for your opponent?
Watch your behinds.
We're live and you're watching Robbie Ginepri against Juan Carlos Ferrero. He's won 4 consecutive games, and now the American has some set points as we take you to Dick Amberg and Patrick McEnroe.
3 set points for Robbie Ginepri. And with an ace, he punctuates a terrific rally. He was down an early break, broke Ferrero the last 2 games for Juan Carlos, and serves it out 6-3. And right back to Chris Fowler.
Okay, Dick, thank you. We'll chart that story. Ginepri winning the last 5 games of that opening set against Juan Carlos Ferrero. Martina Hingis is alongside. Reminder that Lindsay Davenport against Tatiana Panova is coming up. Davenport, the only woman in that half of the draw that's won a Grand Slam title. We're also watching Sharapova, Hantuchova on center court. And the setting for this match is important. It's a battle of nerves here, you say.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I played my first match against Steffi Graf, and the first question after we played the match, she's like, well, how do you feel? Well, neither of them have played on the center court before that. And looking at the draw, they both must know that they had not played, that Miskina had lost. So there's a big opportunity for both of them to even make it to the next round, maybe even semifinals.
Hantuchova serving at 2-3 and now done love 30. Amy Frazier did beat Miskina, who Sharapova has never beaten, for example, and this draw is wide open. You say that plays on their minds as well at this match.
For sure, and it's a big chance for both of them to advance much further than this match, but this is really there's a 3-2 now, and it's going to be a close one, I believe.
But the winner of this match would be your pick to get to the semifinals against perhaps Davenport?
Well, we see Tana Sugaran and Sugiyama. Sugiyama's Japanese kamikaze is always a tough one to play against, but I see that both youngsters have a big shot at that one.
Okay, Cliff, Mary, back to you guys.
First set here, 15-30, a chance for Sharapova. This is Hantuchova. And now even in this one, and yes, it has opened up. It's amazing. See the loss of some the best in women's tennis with Miskina, as we mentioned, gone, and Venus Williams as well. Both from this half of the draw. 30-all.
And 30-40.
Break point for Sharapova, who is very popular in Japan. She has a deal with NEC, with Nike, with Prince. And there's the break to serve for Sharapova, who is still constrained by the age eligibility rule in women's tennis.
Sharapova leads 4-2.
She beat Yulia Begelzimmer in the first round. And then a Brit. And Kiathavong 4-love.
Hantuchova actually also has a big following in Japan. It's not only the shoes and clothes and the racket deal, but she's got a video game deal as well. So in a way, they both transcend tennis. About 15.
15-all.
Sharapova has so much weight of shot and such quick racket work. These balls are coming at Hantuchova in a real hurry, and a couple of times she's used to pace. I mean, these two both like fighting pace, absorbing it and slinging it back.
By the way, Sharapova has got 80% of her first serves in so far.
Look at that.
40-15.
Now, Hantuchova says that was long, but I think she's going to get away with that request. A little Welsh in the chair. That was good. Game point for 5-2. She says well too, Mary.
She does everything well. She's got a big game, doesn't she?
Yeah.
New ball, please.
Good start for her. 5-2 first set.
Joe's cholesterol was high. He was told, get it low, so decided to move to the land of no. No snacking, no slacking, avoid all the bad. He ate right and ran every chance that he had. That was how he should start, the right way to go. That many need more help to get bad cholesterol low. It's okay, said his doctor, add Crestor, you should. With diet and Crestor, you very well could cut bad cholesterol about half, while raising the good. Would you like to try it? Why, yes, I would.
Ask your doctor about Crestor. Crestor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as there may be a sign of serious side effects.
Thanks to diet and Crestor, Joe's cholesterol's down, and the word spread across every village and town. It's the land of success. Crestor helps him stay there, and all his friends say, now you're getting somewhere.
I really wanted to switch to singular rollover so I could keep my minutes and not get slammed with overages. But I didn't want to lose my number. It's famous. Finally, I can keep my minutes and my number.
There's no better value in wireless than rollover, and there's only one company who has it. So bring your number to singular.
I call it my
plan. The only company with rollover. Another reason singular fits you best.
To protect yourself from the sun, and it's a nice thing to have to do because we've had some pretty bad weather. One full day of rain. Cancelled backlog of over 70 matches, but being caught up today.
She just keeps coming at Hantuchova, Sharapova. She's had 11 winners against just 3 from Daniela. She's only lost 5 points on her own serve. She's making things happen out here. And she's also making Hantuchova late looking on a lot of shots. Again, Hantuchova not nearly as quick. So she wants to really make this as much as she can a hitting match. Sharapova's pretty good at that as well. That's amazing.
Got it, I believe.
15-30.
Hantuchova trying to smile that off. Yeah, that stayed in.
Barely. 15-30, 2 points away from the set for Hantuchova. Excuse me, for Sharapova.
15-40.
This takes some talent, doesn't it? Look at this. She hits this one-handed with the left hand. It was a winner, that pass.
That was that greasy winner. The left hand. I'm a little amazed, Cliff. I've never seen more so than this year how many players, or in the last year, have had their secondary hand injured.
30-40.
The secondary hand's important if you need two, obviously.
Kim Kleister's needing surgery to have a cyst removed, and David Nalbandian, his left hand hurting, the one he uses for his backhand.
Set point. Hantuchova saves a couple.
Deuce.
Hantuchova is a power game player, but so is Sharapova.
Advantage. Hantuchova.
Saw the same kind of matchup yesterday with Sprem and Williams, two really hard hitters.
Game.
Survives a tough game there, but Hantuchova is now down 5-3. You know, we were talking about how good the grass is these days. I mean, it really has improved tremendously. And also, the bounce is so much better. Well, they check the bounce every morning. They go through this for 45 minutes on the court.
Wait, these guys didn't just sneak on the court?
No.
That's
a legitimate test.
That is?
And the test of a good grass court is a high bounce.
Boy, you can't get any more high-tech than that. Blink.
5-3 and 15 love to Sharapova.
Love.
Robbie Ginepri winning the first set against Juan Carlos Ferrero and up 2-1 with a break in the second. Played Davis Cup singles for the USA earlier this year. USA in the semifinals now.
Look at that.
Well, if a measure of a player is a good second serve, she sure is a good player.
40 love.
Her second serve has been terrific.
Look at that. Well, I mean, that was a defensive shot that still came off the racket as a winner.
Set points for Sharapova.
13 winners already for Maria Sharapova. Just 3 errors. And 75% first serves in. I mean, that's about as clean a first set as you can want. Look at that.
Game and
well, this start, this birth of a superstar last year seems to be continuing. Sharapova wins the first set.
Getting ready for Wimbledon?
Yes, sir.
Tom, thanks for coming in. We need to talk about a little incident. Where were you next Thursday night?
I'm sorry, what?
Just tell us. Where were you next Thursday night?
I don't know yet. It's only Tuesday, so I haven't really...
I'm growing a little weary of your double talk.
Next Thursday.
Can your security software spot threats before they ever occur? Ours can. Security Solutions from Computer Associates.
Somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Introducing All-in-One from Dexatrim. It's a high-protein energy bar. It's a nutritious diet bar with green tea and just 1 net carb. Best of all, it's delicious. New Dexatrim All-in-One. It's all you want in 1 net carb.
To win Wimbledon is such an amazing feat.
Lindsay Davenport is Wimbledon champion.
5 years later, it would seem to be another chance for Davenport to perhaps win a Wimbledon title. Her match against Tatiana Panova coming up. Already, one Russian, Miskina, upset by Amy Frazier in a tight 3-setter. Guillermo Coria had trouble with trainers once again coming out. It was a shoulder problem, an arm problem, and the young German Florian Meyer takes him out. Andy Roddick rolling over Alejandro Pay in straight sets earlier today, and so did Jennifer Capriati, a straight set victory as well. Back with Martina Hingis. You won this title here as a 16-year-old. Is there something you can relate to in the fearlessness of 17-year-old Sharapova?
Very impressive. I mean, the way she's played, as you said, fearless. Just go out there, play your game, very focused, just amazing.
You say the older you got, the more fear it came into it. She doesn't know that yet, does she?
Well, no, because when you're 15, 16 years old, you have nothing to lose. Just go out there and try your best and see what happens. And she definitely, we talked about her serve, and her serve is definitely a big weapon with her size. And second serve, she doesn't get herself into trouble, and that's great to see.
Yeah, she's about 6 feet tall, gets great leverage on that kick serve. Is it right there with Serena's, Jennifer's, the best second serves in women's tennis?
I would say so. I mean, that's definitely, she gets a little shaky, a little late on the forehand sometimes. That's why she's hitting so many forehand down the line winners, but on grass, you can do that and just see what she's going to do in the second one.
Yeah, we're going to see if she can close out Daniela Hantuchova. Sharapova impressive in the first set. We'll also look in on court number 1, where Robbie Ginepri has taken control of his match against Juan Carlos Ferrero, up a set and a break. We'll come back live after this.
Tonight, at 7, the day's best highlights from Wimbledon. Also at 7,
just chilling in the barbershop. What's going on, fellas?
the block party. At 9, who will be crowned USBA Cruiserweight Champion? And who will leave the ring with his first block? Then at 10, baseball tonight. It's all on ESPN and ESPN2 tonight.
When it's the one, the original, the real deal, it must be Wednesday night. The World Poker Tour is back with all new episodes. The World Poker Tour, Wednesdays at 9 Eastern and Pacific on the Travel Channel.
Brought to you in part by Trophy Nissan, 5031 North Galloway Avenue in Mesquite.
Ready to take control of your credit card debt?
Credit Guard of America cut my monthly payments in half.
Credit Guard of America is a non-profit service that's helped thousands of people to move on with their lives.
Credit Guard of America saved me over $13,000 in interest fees alone.
Call now to reduce your monthly payments. Cut the interest rates on your credit cards by up to half. And get your unsecured debt paid off years earlier.
Don't you owe it to yourself to work with a real non-profit service? Certified counselors are standing by. Call 800-839-5551.
They watch outside court 1 and inside, and they're looking at Ginepri and Ferrero, and Juan Carlos Ferrero saw Ginepri take that opening set 6-3, broken early here in the second. Ginepri serving at 3-2, 30-15. And a couple of points now for a 4-2 lead for the young American. Ferrero looked like this yesterday against Kubek as well late, but rallied to win.
And Ginepri's got a little more firepower than Kubek. Steve DeVries, his coach, Ginepri's coach.
Ginepri leads 4 games, 2-2.
Former All-American at Cal Berkeley.
Oh, it hurts you to say.
Had to bring it out. How to be honest up here, Dick.
Well, a lot of fans don't realize. I mean, there are rivals and rivals: Michigan, Ohio State,
Right.
USC, UCLA, Harvard, Yale. Well, boy, up there in the Bay Area, you're
right.
either Cal or you're Stanford.
And I'm a Stanford guy.
A lot of great tennis fans in the Bay Area. And one of them, Joe Morgan, the great baseball player, and a terrific player himself. Those knees just would hold up. He'd be winning the over 50s, over 60s. Sharapova capturing the first set. Hantuchova.
Like the GM of the NBA champs, the Detroit Pistons, Joe Dumars, is an excellent tennis player. Played with him a couple times. I think he had a tennis court built at the Pistons complex when he was playing.
Terrible miss-hit from Ferrero.
It's that big return again, though, from Ginepri, and that's just frustrating Ferrero because he likes to have that little bit of time to set up, and Ginepri is taking it away from him. And that is part of the reason why Ferrero go into that kick serve there, to try to give him, yes, to hit a good serve out wide and mix it up, but also to give himself more time to set up in case the return comes back.
And the hold by Ferrero. But it's Ginepri in the lead, 6-3, 4-3.
British Airways, the way to fly.
No one wins this race alone. It takes a skilled, finely tuned team to succeed. At Oppenheimer Funds, we've had portfolio managers ranked in Barron's top 100 list every year for the past 5 years. They're good people to have on your side. Talk to your advisor about Oppenheimer Funds, the right way to invest.
At Progressive, we think car insurance claims should be easy. That's why we assign you a dedicated claims representative to help you from start to finish, so you always know what's going on with your claim. We even guarantee repairs for as long as you own your car. For over 65 years, we've been changing the way people think about car insurance with great rates and personal helpful claim service. Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Think easier. Think Progressive.
We now return to ESPN's continuing coverage of the championships. Wimbledon. ESPN, the Grand Slam Network.
No breaks to serve in the second set. Maria Sharapova and Daniela Hantuchova. Sharapova having won the first set. It's 1-all. We'll take you back to center court soon. But on court number one, American Robbie Ginepri up a set on a break against Juan Carlos Ferrero. Back to Dick and Patrick.
Robbie Ginepri with a 6-3 hold in that first set. Rallying from 1-3 down and up a break here in the second. 4-3, 15-all against Juan Carlos Ferrero. And there's the first serve.
Continues to be just really the dominant factor in the match.
Big.
91% of his first serve points. And the good news for Ginepri is that continues to get a lot of those first serves in.
Oh, he slices that one down the middle. And that is ace number
9. And he's gotten in 64% of his first serve points. And there's another one, number 10.
That's the way to dot the I and a 5-3 lead. For the latest championship news, highlights, and merchandise, you can log on to Wimbledon.org. Well, since Ginepri broke Ferrero to open this set and then survived the break point against his serve in the second game, the servers just cruised along. Very quick games, all going to the man on the service line. Coach Martinez looks on.
Coach DeVries, Ginepri's coach. Oh, I mean, that's a bad sign for Ferrero when he's missing his forehand in the bottom of the net. Looking up at his coach. Not been real optimistic look about him in this match.
Oh, he had the opening and just hit at the top of the net. He'll serve for a 2-set lead when we return to court 1.
What's the greatest moment in sports? Kentucky Derby!
Who looks better than you? You skipped the department store runaround and went straight to the place you know you'll find the same exciting fashions at prices those other stores just can't touch. The brands, the prices, the possibilities. Marshalls.
Jim Brewer here. Going to show you how the new Right Guard Extreme Power Caps work. Power Caps are little balls of extra odor fighters. Let's say these guys represent odor, and the balls my friend Randy Johnson has here represent the Power Caps. Power Caps destroy odors on contact. Get extreme, get Right Guard. You do not want to be odor right now. Now, Right Guard has the strongest gel. It even keeps you drier than a stick.
Welcome back to the championships. All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club here at Wimbledon. And Robbie Ginepri, big service game, a chance to lead Juan Carlos Ferrero by a couple of sets.
Oh, that's a great 1-2 punch for Ginepri. Serving beautifully throughout this set, especially. 10 aces overall, just one double.
That's first round.
All the noise on court coming from Ferrero's end, getting louder and louder, perhaps an indication of the fact that he had a lot taken out of him yesterday in that 5-setter against Kubek.
That's right, Dick. I mean, he knows. I mean, look, no one wants to get down 2 sets, but especially when the previous day you had to battle for over 3.5 hours. I mean, you know, we know that in any sport, it's harder to come from behind. You have to expend more energy. So Ferrero knows that getting down 2 sets here is going to be a long road back.
Ginepri 2 points from just that, a 2-set lead. Big second serve and a couple of set points. Wow.
Solid stuff.
Only 4 points on Ginepri serve for Ferrero in the last 4 games, and Robbie Ginepri has a 2-set advantage.
2 sets to love.
Breakthrough.
Okay, people, why are these numbers off?
Well, Tim, it's been an off week, an off quarter. We got off to a bad start.
The budgets were off.
Way off. Forecasts were off. Off target. Way off. Production was off. Way off.
Well, Patterson's research was off.
Where is Patterson?
He took the week off.
Look, can someone just tell me how we can turn off off?
How about an off-site?
That's awful.
Need some new thinking? IBM Business Consultants can help.
UBS is a proud sponsor of Team Alinghi in its race to retain the America's Cup. Because every crew member shares our passion, our commitment to teamwork. You and us, UBS.
Oh, my back.
Need some help?
Yeah.
Try my Bayer Back and Body.
Thanks, hon.
It's Bayer Aspirin plus a special pain relief booster. It works right where it hurts. Bayer Back and Body. Get moving again. Pain-free.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of Wimbledon is brought to you by Cadillac. Bold vehicles defying convention. And IBM, making on-demand business a reality for companies around the world.
Well, after a long 5-setter, Juan Carlos Ferrero will have to go 5 if he's going to beat Ginepri. The American 1 set away from a 4th round encounter against Frenchman Sébastien Grosjean. Meanwhile, on center court, Maria Sharapova is closing in on the 4th round as well. Up a set and up a break now in the 2nd set over Hantuchova as we return you to Cliff Drysdale and Mary Carrillo.
Hantuchova serving, but she lost the first set. She's down 3 games to 1, and she's down 15-30. This is crisis time for her.
Sharapova's just... she's just doing everything so big, so fast, and so well.
Sharapova has, after this, 21 winners and still only 4 unforced errors.
She's won 11 of the last 12 points.
14 games, 4 unforced errors. And it's not like she's just trying to get the ball back in play. She's hitting it. She's punishing it.
And that's why Hantuchova seems congenitally late in this match. And she's been playing. Look at that. I mean, her numbers are good, too, except she hasn't come near breaking her yet. What she's got to do, as we say in music, Cliffy, Hantuchova, it's got to be same tempo, only faster.
Yes, for sure.
And that's not easy to do.
Break point.
Indeed.
For the latest championship news, highlights, merchandise brought to you by British Airways, please log on to wimbledon.org. We're live on the center court at Wimbledon. It's about 6:28, 29 in the afternoon.
Miss Hantuchova.
And Daniela Hantuchova is struggling to stay with Maria Sharapova, and it's been tough. But she's got a game point, trailing 1-3 and down a set.
Deuce.
She has not lost her concentration for one fraction of a moment out here today, Sharapova. She used to have to slap her thigh all the time and scream a lot and say come on to herself. All that stuff is gone. She made herself quite famous here at Wimbledon last year by doing all that.
It was a bit much.
Well, and she didn't want to be known for all that. She wanted to be known by her game. And she's down to just pretty much doing that. A little fist pump every now and again.
Sharapova.
Pretty tame effort there by Hantuchova.
But what Hantuchova's got to do now, that she's put weight back on, is to get herself fit, get herself faster.
Yes, to stay with the likes of Sharapova for sure. Sharapova gets the insurance breaker serve. She leads 4-1 now. She'll serve and we come back. She won the first 6-3.
The Tuesday night poker game is back, and this time it's for $5 million.
Passing out $100 bills in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same. An incredible knockout blow.
The highest stakes, the world's best players, and the unrivaled coverage of ESPN. The 2004 World Series of Poker. All new episodes begin Tuesday, July 6th. When it's the one, the original, the real deal, it must be Wednesday night. The World Poker Tour is back with all new episodes. The World Poker Tour, Wednesdays at 9 Eastern and Pacific on the Travel Channel.
Brought to you in part by Trophy Nissan, 5031 North Galloway Avenue in Mesquite.
Ready to take control of your credit card debt?
Credit Guard of America cut my monthly payments in half.
Credit Guard of America is a non-profit service that's helped thousands of people to move on with their lives.
Credit Guard of America saved me over $13,000 in interest fees alone.
Call now to reduce your monthly payments. Cut the interest rates on your credit cards by up to half. And get your unsecured debt paid off years earlier.
Don't you owe it to yourself to work with a real non-profit service? Certified counselors are standing by. Call 800-839-5551.
In our Cadillac Between the Lines segment, it has been really all Sharapova.
She's been everywhere on the court. She's been more aggressive. She's been faster, more potent with her serving. Look at this. Even comes up and hits a winner from beyond the baseline with her other hand. Honestly, she has been hungry for every single point in this match. That's why she's won so many of them. And Daniela Hantuchova was coming in form.
Now 30 love.
30 love.
Hantuchova's won a couple of matches. As you take a look at the first serve points, won at 92%. Only 4 unforced errors. Those are seriously strong numbers. But it's got to be disconcerting for Hantuchova because here's someone 4 years younger than her, and she's just getting beaten like a drum.
30-15.
First double fault of the match. for either player. The kind of match that gets the attention of the locker room too. Sharapova so easily.
You're talking about the men's locker room or the women's locker room?
Good point. I was thinking women's, but maybe both.
Okay.
Different reasons.
Game.
And she holds. 5-1.
We've spoken about the weight problem that Hantuchova was struggling with for most of last year. Look how much healthier she looks now than she did 12 months ago here at Wimbledon. It's nice to see that, as she talks about that, it's just a dark period that she's moved beyond. She doesn't like speaking about it too much, and I can't blame her. She's been outclassed today, but it's nice to see that she's moving back up the rankings. She's playing and acting much more relaxed. It's nice to see a comeback like that. Jelena Dokic is still in a terrible spiral.
Net for serve.
Dokic, who had done so well here. And there's Robbie Ginepri, now up a break in 2 sets. Serbian-born Dokic, who had a huge couple of Wimbledons here not that many years ago, was out right away.
15-all.
Struggling terribly. Estranged from her entire family, but especially with her father. I mean, she feels like she's very much alone. Some stories in women's tennis don't seem to get better, and that one's among them.
She still seems to be feeling threatened by Damir, the father. 15-all in this game.
Wow, what a pickup. And look at that. I mean, this is high-quality tennis, and Hantuchova's against somebody who wasn't as on fire as Sharapova. Hantuchova would probably be in control of a lot of these rallies. She's striking a beautiful ball. And Sharapova just keeps spitting them back at her faster.
25-5 winners to unforced errors for Sharapova.
This is laser focus.
15-40.
Match point for Sharapova, inevitably.
Well, you could tell she had gotten up to the match by the way she played it. 1 hour and 1 minute it took her to get into the second week of Wimbledon. I am very impressed.
Very good start to Wimbledon last year for Sharapova, and an equally good start this year. In the next round, she takes on Amy Frazier, and she keeps playing this way. We may have been watching the semifinalists, Mary.
Could be, but again, a tip of our conical hat to the veteran Amy Frazier, who's taken out 2 tough Russians, including French Open champion Anastasia Niskina in 3 sets earlier today. I haven't seen a woman play better tennis than what I just watched Maria Sharapova put together against Hantuchova.
Saw some pretty good stuff yesterday from Carolina Sprem. It'd be interesting to see those two play against each other. That may not happen for a while. But this reaction of joy from Sharapova, looking up at her family, very easy win, 6-3, and Dad says, you are the girl. 6-3 first set, 6-1 second set. Sharapova over Daniela Hantuchova. Chris?
All right, thank you, Cliff and Mary. Yeah, Sharapova razor sharp Martina at 17 years old. She's in the second week of Wimbledon. Look at these set scores, 6-2, 6-1, 6-4, 6-love, 6-3, and 6-1. She really hasn't been pushed that hard in a single set.
Not at all. I expect a much closer match, but she's always been a shot quicker than Hantuchova.
That was quite a display. We told you before, her first match on center court. In fact, before this match today, she wasn't quite sure how to navigate her way, how to find center court, how to find the right locker room.
Well, there's two different locker rooms. You're a seated player or you're a member of this tournament. And Lindsay Davenport came up to her and like, you're allowed to go to the better locker room. You're only 16 players in there, or the past champions. And she was all surprised, so you had little Lindsay's help there.
Well, she's seated 13th, and she is proving she belongs. Maria Sharapova headed for the second week at Wimbledon. Perhaps Robbie Ginepri is as well. He is rolling over Juan Carlos.